Jesus says to us, "Come and offer your gift." But first he says we must be reconciled. Our pleasure is like God's, but his is full, and his is pure. God's pleasure is delight in existence, in a thing's existence, in your existence, in my existence. It is that delight which is painted and imprinted deep on our hearts that prompts us to draw, to design, to declare in poetry and in literature. That is, to be so in love with creation that we desire to deepen ourselves into it, to fall more deeply into it, and in some way to reproduce it. We share God's impulse to create. And so he says, "Come and offer your gift."
Felt this need, kind of at the height of the pandemic last summer, for some way to uplift artists that we knew, some of our friends, through the Mass, through sacraments, and also through a performance and visual art exhibition experience.
Father Orlando and Erin for the invite to show my pieces. As I said, this is pretty new to me. I just graduated from art school last year. Coincidence of the opposites. It is the intersection between the sacred and the mundane, the ordinary and the extraordinary. I was telling someone that, as a friar, I have a vow of poverty, so I have to make sure I use as much as I can. So there's gold, there's paper, and then on top of it, I just paint whatever image comes out with it. These both paintings are very special because I painted them when the pandemic just happened during the lockdown. And this came about after hearing Pope Francis, Urbi et Orbi's address, when he talks about being in a storm. I mean, we're still in a storm and we're in it together, but we should never lose sight of hope of our God.
I stood before you a wrestler, not believing myself feeble, but that you were the stronger. You have called me by my name, as one who knows it truly. You have chosen me among all those of my generation, my God. You know how tenderness fills the heart of youth, how it would not cleave to its protector, or to vanity, or trained rationality, the lessons of schoolmasters, absurdity. None of that holds a wick to the violence of my heart. Or the reaching arms of this infant that has been given to me. Do not believe me your enemy, he cries, for I understand nothing, see nothing. I know not where you are, but I turn to you this face, covered in tears.
So art in and of itself has a sort of sacramental quality, and that you have these material, tangible, visible things that are communicating something invisible often, which is what like a little s sacrament is. And then we have the Mass that we get to celebrate before, which is, the sacrament, and art that we make can never surpass that. But it's neat to be that we come together for the sacrament and are inspired by it.
Grab your coat and snatch your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. And just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street.
Can't you hear that pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be complete on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade
With those blues on parade.
but I'm not afraid.
For over,
But it is
crossed over.
if I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller.
Gold dust at my feet
On the sunny side of the street.
direct your feet to the sunny side of the street.